Welcome back, friends, to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today I am bringing you guys another Are They Worth It video. A series where I cover upcoming units on upcoming banners to see if they are worth your precious tickets and or gems. Before I get into it though, friends, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and shoutouts where shoutouts are due. Rem for the database, the materia bot, and into the compendium. All those wonderful links will be down below in the description. Great resources to use if you guys want to find out information about the actual characters, and great databases. So finally, we have official confirmations. I had my slides ready. I was waiting for the official confirmations for Lightning. So on December 2nd UTC time, we will be getting the next raid event in level 80 Awakenings batch 1. Now during this event, Lightning will be getting a brand new costume. Keep note, fam, right here. You guys can't see my cursor. We are going to be receiving free multi-draws because of a winter campaign. So both banners will have one free multi-draw. Talking about the banners, there's going to be two with Lightning's LD and Burst weapons. When it comes to EXs, the first banner is going to be Edge, Vincent, and Lightning's EX weapons. The second banner is going to be Zack's, Raijin's, and Penelope EX weapons. So depending on which one you want, that is the banner you are going to go on. So let's take a look to see what Lightning will be bringing back again into the game. Now, first and foremost, her new costume, it's pretty dope. All right, it's pretty cool. I will be getting that costume. Maybe next payday. Probably next payday. I gotta wait. All right, so priorities. So Lightning is a fast thunder, turn stealing, delaying spin to win melee attacker. She has been doing that very well for quite a while. She has the capabilities of enhancing herself with thunder while also inflicting thunder resist down on her enemies, just increasing her damage potential. She will be receiving an LD and burst weapons, which will be giving your party members ways to increase their damage. Now, if you're already familiar with Lightning, there will be timestamps down below in the comments if you want to skip ahead. Anyone else that is newer to the game, and I will be doing a quick recap on Lightning so you can better understand her kit. Everybody else, I'll see you ahead. Anybody else that's going to watch this portion, let's go. So first and foremost, I did want to bring this up. Lightning does have a dark weapon, a dark mannequin weapon in Arc 2 Chapter 5.8. You do get it for free. It is the only, the main protagonists did receive these in that chapter. Don't sell them. Max them out, because what this is going to do for Lightning is this will increase her brave damage done by Spark Strike and Flourish of Steel and their upgraded versions by 10%. Anything that increases brave damage during the Lufenia era is always a plus in my books. So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to Lightning's abilities is they're both generally the same in the way they work. They both grant her one in-frame buff that dispels the other one. So if you use Spark Strike, it'll dispel Flourish of Steel's in-frame buff, and they both grant her one generic buff each. Now, those in-frame buffs, they have a stacking mechanic built in, so there's one stack and two stacks. Once two stacks is reached, the other ability will be upgraded. So for example, Spark Strike grants Lightning Ravager. So use it once, you gain one stack of Ravager. Use Spark Strike again, you will gain two stacks of Ravager, or use her upgraded Brave and HP attack Ravager to gain a stack of Ravager. Once Ravager is at 2 stacks, Flourish of Steel will upgrade to its plus version. Same thing with Flourish of Steel with Commando. She grants herself Commando with Flourish of Steel. Get that to two stacks. Spark Strike will upgrade to its plus version. Now, if you are curious about the potencies, with Spark Strike, the Brave potencies per hit is at 80%. For the first two and 140 for the third hit, and with the Spark Strike Plus version, the Brave potencies is increased to 100% for the first two, followed by 220% for the third hit. For Flourish of Steel, the Brave potencies in its base form is 80% for the first two Brave hits, the third Brave hit is 140, and the Brave potency for the Flourish of Steel Plus version is at 100% for the first two hits and 220% for the third hit. Now, let's go ahead and talk about those buffs that I did briefly mention. Now, with Spark Strike, she will grant herself a generic attack up buff for 6 turns, which will increase her attack by 40%. Now, again, when using Spark Strike, this will dispel Flourish of Steel's in-frame buff. So, Spark Strike, it is Ravager 1 or 2. Now, this is going to increase her max rate by 40% and her speed by 20%. At 2 stacks, this will upgrade Flourish of Steel and Army of 1 to their upgraded versions. We will talk about Army of 1 in a moment. That is her EX ability. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Ravager will upgrade her Brave Attack and HP Attack to Brave Attack, HP Attack Ravager, which they grant her a stack of Ravager. So you could use Spark Strike followed by either Brave or HP Attack Ravager to reach that second stack of Ravager to upgrade Flourish of Steel to Flourish of Steel Plus. Now when you have her at EX plus 3 out of 3, her HP Attack is upgraded to HP Attack plus plus Ravager, and this increases the Brave potency from 50% from its base form to 80% Brave hit potency. Flourish of Steel is going to grant her a generic Brave regen buff for 6 turns, which is 80% of her Int Brave, and this will dispel Ravager and grant her Commando 1 or 2 depending on what stack you're at. And this, she will still keep the max Brave up buff of 40%, but instead of speed she will grant herself plus 30% attack under the Commando buff. Same way that Ravager works, at 2 stacks, this will upgrade Spark Strike to its plus version. Brave Attack and HP Attack are upgraded to their Commando version. They work the same way. Same way with EX plus 3 out of 3, HP Attack upgrades to HP Attack plus plus Commando. So you guys see what I mean when it comes to her abilities. They generally work the same way except for the buffs granted. Now, her additional ability does reset the target's break status after the Brave hits, and this is going to come into play with her Knight of Vetro buff with her EX ability. Now, she does receive a call action at crystal level 75. Her call action is Spark Strike call action. So what this is going to do for Lightning is increase her max Brave and attack by 40%. She will heal her Brave by 20% max Brave. 3 hit Thunder Brave plus HP attack. The caller, that is a person that's summoned in Lightning with the call action, they will be healed by 30% of HP damage dealt. It'll make more sense once you use it. Now for 3 turns after calling in Lightning, the caller will receive for 3 turns Brave regen 100% of their Int Brave. It's going to be a special effect. It is a call effect. Now, once you take Lightning to crystal level 80, this will increase the Brave recovered by 20%, 180% soul max Brave overflow, and this will increase the duration of the special effect, the call action, by 3 turns. So the caller will have 6 turns of Brave regen. Now time to talk about her EX ability, Army of 1, Army of 1 Plus. I highlighted the more important things in yellow. So this will extend all current active buffs by 1 turn. This will cancel the target's break status. The Brave potencies for this is at 70% per Brave hit. If she is attacking a broken target, this increases the Brave damage done by 1.5%. With her boards, her passives, this can further increase the Brave damage dealt up to 40%. With Army of 1, this will delay the target by 1 turn. If Ravager is active and you use Army of 1 Plus, this will delay the target by 2 turns. After using Army of 1 Plus on the following turn, Lightning will gain access to a free ability use. This is going to come into play with her Knight of Etro buff, which we're going to talk about here in a second. So she will inflict Thunder Resist down on the target for 4 turns, and she will grant herself Knight of Etro. With her EX plus at 2 out of 3, when the quest starts, she will grant herself Knight of Etro. Her EX gauge will be filled to 80%, and on the first turn, she will have access to a free ability use with no action delay, no increase to turn count, so a free turn. Now, her Knight of Etro buff for 5 turns, she will enhance herself with Thunder. She will give herself plus 30% to attack, plus 50% to max Brave. When she breaks a target while Knight of Etro is active, no action delay, grants a free turn, aka no increase to turn count. During the free extra turn, you can't do this again. So if you break the target once, you get the free turn. And if you break the target during that free turn, it does not grant you an additional free turn. After that free turn is over, you can rinse and repeat this. Now with Knight of Etro, this comes into play with her entire kit. Again, if you are not familiar with her. With her EX plus 2 out of 3, Knight of Etro, and get right off the bat in her EX gauge and having access to free ability use. Use her Spark Strike because she will grant herself Ravager. With Ravager, it upgrades Army of 1 to Army of 1 Plus, delay the target by 2 turns. She will cancel the break status during Army of 1. She will get to act again. Use her additional ability. That is the free turn. You just use up her free turn. Now use her additional ability for free because after using Army of 1, she gains access to a free ability use. So her additional ability, she gets out of the free turn. The enemy, their break status is reset. Break them again. She gains access to another free turn. Just the things you can do with Lightning with her Knight of Etro and having access to free ability uses. Have fun. Now, after maxing out her bonus sphere, you gain access to an 8-type bonus sphere. When breaking a target, the wielder will increase their Int Brave and attack by 2% up to 5 times every time you break a target, once per turn, up to 10%. This is beautiful for Lightning because she does grant herself 80% Brave regen based off of her Int Brave, so just more Brave Brave regen on her is always nice. And of course, the attack is always nice for Lightning because her Brave potencies, they're nice. She has low Brave hits, 3 with her Flourish of Steel and Spark Strike, but they are at higher Brave potencies. So the more attack you can put on Lightning, the better. All right, anybody else that skipped ahead, welcome. And let's finally talk about one of her new weapons, and that is her LD weapon, which gives her access to Crushing Blow. She will have 4 uses of Crushing Blow. Now, this is going to do AoE Thunder, Brave hits followed by single target HP attack, delivered twice. The Brave potencies for these 4 hit AoE Thunder Brave hits is going to be at 70% per Brave hit. If she's attacking a single target, the Brave damage is increased by 60%. She will inflict Thunder Resist down on all the targets, and she will grant herself a special effect called Savior of Souls. Now, after using Crushing Blow for the next 2 turns, no action delay, no increase in turn count, and free ability use. So just like using almost like using Vaughn's LD ability, Vaughn gains access to free ability uses after using his LD ability. Lightning can act back to back and have free ability uses. Oh my goodness, the freaking things you can do with this, with Knight of Vetro, her EX ability buff, resetting the enemy's break status with her additional ability, going into Spark Strike on the second free turn, right? For free abilities, going to Army of +1. Oh my gosh, the things you can do with this is gorgeous. Now, Savior of Souls, it is a special effect, so it's an indicator above her head. She has access to this for 14 turns. She will increase her max Brave overflow by 20%. She will increase her damage by 20%. For the party, this will increase the party's Brave regen by 20% of max Brave, and this will increase the party's Brave damage done by 20%, so allowing your party members to hit harder. Her burst weapon, the finished burst, is called Gestalt Drive, and this will grant her access to her burst effect 10 turns party wide. Now, for 10 turns, your party members, their Brave damage will be increased by 50%. They will gain plus 30% stolen max Brave overflow. They will gain plus 20% maximum Brave damage limit. They can exceed the Brave damage cap of 9,999. Now, if you break a target or attack a broken target, this will further increase the Brave damage done by an additional 30%, and this will increase HP damage done by 20%. So what this is going to do for your entire party with her LD Savior of Souls, your party members are going to do a whopping of plus 100% Brave damage up. This is going to be extremely handy during the Lufenia era, where Lufenia bosses will gain access to up to 70% Brave damage reduction. This is going to negate that and add even more to your party members' Brave damage. Not only that, this will increase their HP damage done by 20%. For Lightning, with her LD Savior of Souls special effect buff, she already has 20% HP damage up there. Plus this, she is going to do a whopping of plus 40% HP damage up. Now, pair this up with someone like Korasame, because Korasame, with his Hyoto debuff at 5 stacks, this will increase the amount of HP damage that enemy takes by 30%. So the party members already right there, 50% HP damage up. Lightning is receiving 70% HP damage up. Oh, the amount of damage you can freaking do is going to be beautiful. You absolutely need this thing. Do not skip this burst weapon. You need it in your inventory. And finally, the final piece of equipment she will be receiving is her 7-star armor, the Raijin Ring, which is going to increase her Brave damage dealt cap limit by 15%. So the new Brave damage cap is at 11,498, and this will also increase her held Brave and HP damage dealt cap limit plus 15%. So her new total, or her Brave held Brave and HP damage dealt, is going to increase to 114,998. Excellent armor for her in terms of just allowing her to dish out more damage. So, cons about Lightning. Good luck getting a turn in co-ops. Yup, that's going to be a thing again, now even more so with her burst effect, her LD ability. She's going to go back to back. Good luck getting a turn, guys. Go make a sandwich or something. She is very fast, and she can act back to back, just really burning through buffs granted to her. So her Gladio's Royal Guard, which gives her 60% Brave damage reduction, 20% HP damage reduction, or Light Shields, which negates Brave damage based on the shield values. She can burn right through those, so be very careful, because you're going to be spamming abilities, potentially running out of abilities during a pretty tough boss fight. Of course, with her burst effect, also keep that in mind. If she acts back to back, she's going to burn through her burst effect. Lightning does grant herself 4 buffs, not leaving a lot of space for heavy buffers. Ravager or Commandos, she can only have one of those active at one time. Attack up, Brave Regent, and Knight of Etro. So make sure that the other party members that you do bring do not grant more than 2 buffs total, because now you're going to be fighting for those last 2 slots, or you might push off her generic attack up or Brave Regen buffs. Hey, if they're more potent, by all means, but you're going to be fighting for slots. Extra damage comes from breaking the targets when it comes to her burst effect, or even herself when it comes to extra brave damage, so keep that in mind. No breaking, no extra damage. Thunder Absorb, put her right on the bench next to Zell. She will sit that specific Lufenia stage at least until the next one. Now, I do want to mention these quickly because these might impact what banner you are going to chase on. Now, these are the units that will be getting call actions. They will make more sense once you start using them, but long story short, you use someone's call actions once they're at crystal level 75. This character, for example Zac, will come in, they'll do the thing, they'll leave, either debuffing the enemies or doing something for the caller. Whoever called Zac, they are called the caller. So for Zac, he will target lock the enemies, and then after he leaves, the caller will receive a physical resist up for 3 turns. Crystal level 80 increases the effects of the call action. So in this case, it will increase the special effect duration by 3 turns. So the caller will receive 6 turns of physical resist up. Vincent, with his call action, 100% int brave down, fire resist down. If you have him at crystal level 80, the debuffs will last 4 turns total. With Raijin, the caller will receive 3 turn special effect, the call effect that will grant party a physical attack of plus 30%. With his crystal 80, special effect the duration is increased by 3 turns, so 6 turns total. Penella will come in, do her brave healing. The party is brave healed by 20% max brave. The call special effect, the party will gain access to 10% HP regen and 100% brave regen. With the C80, the duration will be increased by 3 turns, so 6 turns total. And with Edge, this is probably the best one in my opinion, is that Edge comes in, brave heals, deals damage. He will target lock all the enemies for 1 turn, inflict a attack down for 2 turns. Now the special effect for the caller for 3 turns, they will have 80% evade up. With the crystal level 80, this will increase the evade up plus 20%, so 100% evade to that caller. So if you have someone that naturally taunts and you bring in Edge, and you have the call action, you can have up to 100% evade, which can come in very handy during certain situations. So depending on what you guys want, that is possibly the banner you want to chase on. So talking about the banners, we are at that part of the video, fam. Are they worth it? Is Lightning worth your precious tickets and or gems? So Lightning, she is going to be strong, yet again, she keeps jumping back into the meta, but she is going to be strong for a very, very long time. So Lightning, just her on her own, excellent unit. Being able to delay the targets is always powerful, up to 2 turns if her army of 1 is upgraded to its plus version. Having access to free abilities after the army of 1 is always handy. Now, her being able to inflict under resist down, enhance herself, is going to allow her to go onto stages where her damage type is resisted. So if melee is resisted, she can bypass that because she enhances herself. If thunder is absorbed though, she's going to have to sit that one out, but we have several stages where she can be used again. Of course, a lot of the power is going to come with her LD and burst effects. You guys saw earlier, if you guys skipped all that wonderful stuff, she's going to, with her burst effect and LD Savior of Souls special effect, she can grant the party up to 100% brave damage up against the enemies. And during the Lufenia era, where bosses can receive up to 70% brave damage reduction, that is going to be extremely, extremely handy. She can give your party members with the burst effect plus 20% HP damage up. Stack that on top of other forms of HP damage up in the form of Kurosame, the form of Kais during chases, Gabrand, Charlotta, any way to increase HP damage up. Now, she also grants herself an additional plus 20% HP damage up with her Savior of Souls. So her naturally with her Savior of Souls and burst effect plus 40% HP damage up. On top of Kurosame, she can do up to plus 70% HP damage up. Just the things you can do. Lightning. Okay, guys, I'm telling you guys right now, I did mention earlier, but she is going to be very, very powerful for a very long time because of her LD and burst effect. Do not skip out on her, guys. If you guys absolutely hate Final Fantasy 13 and just Lightning as a character, but try to look past that. All right, look at what her gear does for her and your party members. All right, so at the end of the day, fam, again, we will be receiving a free multi-draw per banner. So that's going to be 2 free multi-draws total, 1 per banner. So with tickets at the end of the day, absolutely, yeah, throw tickets on this banner. Gems, so first and foremost, her LD and burst weapons, they are worth the pity. Abso-freaking Luli. All right, fam. Now, if you do happen to pick up her LD weapon early, she is featured on 2 other banners. That's why I put down, do you like Camelot or do you like Turks? Because you might be asking yourself, what is the best burst banner to chase Lightning's burst weapon on? Now, she will be featured on 2 other banners outside of her LD and burst debut banner. She will be featured on Reno's new event banner and Camelot's event banner. Now, in my own personal opinion, that honestly, it's going to come down to your own personal opinion for this one, because I said Reno, but they're both fine on paper, but it just so happens that it really depends on what you want. Camelot on paper, he's fine. He is ice damage. He can paralyze, he can delay, he can lower enemies attack and magic attack, so more party-wide utility. Reno, he can lower enemy stats. He can lower enemies attack and defense. Reno does decrease physical defense and physical attack by 40%. So Reno's a little bit more niche, that he primarily can shut down or decrease physical stats for enemies. Not only that, with Reno's LD, he does his whole pyramid thing like in Final Fantasy VII, where it completely stops the enemy from doing any form of brave or HP damage, and the enemy cannot inflict debuffs. So for that reason, because of Reno's LD, I'm picking Reno as the best burst banner to chase Lightning's burst weapon on. At the end of the day, it's really going to be up to you guys, depending on how your resources are. If you guys just pick it up on her debut banners, you're done. You don't have to go on the other 2 banners outside from the free multi-draw. So it really depends on what you guys want to do. On paper, they're fine, but I understand that you could potentially be really low on resources after chasing Lightning. That is it for this video, friends. I want to thank you guys for watching my Are They Worth It covering Lightning. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. It was a long one, but I do like to do recaps for newer players being introduced into the game. Me personally, I am going to be using a bunch of tickets on the debut, the LD and burst debut banners, around 100 to 200. If I can't get it there, if I can't get her LD on the free multi or with the tickets, then I will be looking to use gems to get her LD. After that, I am planning to throw tickets on the Reno banner outside of the free multi-draw. If I don't pick up Reno's LD after, I don't know, maybe 200 tickets, I will just stop and I will get Lightning's burst weapon with burst tokens. I'm going to try my best to avoid using gems because we still have Sephiroth, we still have Cloud, we still have Rude on the horizon, and I'm trying to have as much gems as possible for also any other upcoming units. So Lightning, I will be getting her gear one way or another, I guarantee you that, but it really depends on what RNG decides to give me. All right, friends, so that is my own plans. Be sure to let me know your own personal plans down below in the comments, what you guys think about Lightning. If you guys are going to be skipping here just because you hate Lightning or Final Fantasy 13, just look at her kit. Just look at the kit. Don't look at the character. Look at the kit. And I don't have Lightning on the JP side. I regret it because she's going to help out with some upcoming hard content. She is used in a lot of team compositions. I have more faith in the global players in terms of planning because we do have foresight. We know what's heading our way, so we can plan for said events. So I have a little bit more faith, but again, just look at what her kit does. All right, guys. So all that wonderful stuff down below in the comments. And until next time, friends, good luck and have a good one.